Yeah, and there's my dad. He always, if you notice in the previous photo and this photo here, he's always had a newspaper nearby. And I think that influenced me as well, because I still love reading newspapers, and especially reading the comic strips out of there too. That was a childhood habit. Alright, that's me, and that's my brother Tony, and of course you can see from there he's a photographer, and he also doesn't like to get photographed, ironically, so that's why he's covering his face with the camera. There's my dad in a very familiar pose there, which is in the easy chair, watching TV, and you can tell he's not enjoying being photographed at that point. This is probably Christmas. Yes, it is Christmas with the Christmas stocking and the red and white. There's my mom. She was just staying up and we were just talking. I always know it's a special occasion in our house is when there's a pop bottle, because she never would let us drink pop usually. So it's only on special occasions. For us it's like bringing out the wine in our family, but yeah, there's the pop bottle. And this is my dad in Lemon Creek. And Lemon Creek was basically where he was interned during the war. I never knew what really happened there. He kept that to himself, except for the funny stories that he would recall. So didn't get much information outside that. And after this Christmas get-together, one year, shortly after I graduated, from college, he offered to drive me on contract to Nelson when I had a contract in Nelson, and he wanted to drive me there, which is kind of weird because he never did that before. He would always just drop me off the Greyhound station. It's a little remarkable. And then he offered to drive me back after the contract. And as it turned out, there's a reason why he wanted to drive me back. He wanted to show me his old haunts in the internment areas in the Kootneys nearby. And this is my dad near the old boat launch, and he remembers to this day, to that day even, the outline of those mountains. He pointed out to me numerous times that, you know, the town sure has changed, but those mountains never did. Those mountains were in a sort of, ironically, his freedom, because he could hike through there unaccosted, but at the same time those mountains also served as barriers to him from the coast, which he loved. So we went to Lemon Creek, New Denver, and Slocan, and we spent some time together there. He went to the National Nika Heritage Center in New Denver. I think he was relieved that there was so much information around. He didn't have to talk himself. He could just read along with me. So this is the a standing internment house. Now I can't remember if it's replica or parts of it cobbled together from actual internment houses. I don't know how much is actually original, but my dad was. I think that was the point that he I remember him saying, he says, "I'll, you know, Andy, why don't you take a picture of me here, but don't ask me to smile, okay?" And I don't know, he's sort of smiling, but you can see it's a half smile. I think at this point, this was the most painful part of his journey, quite easily. My dad never showed that much emotion outside of just smiling, but at this point, he was pretty. Lemon Creek was like his playground, and this was not his playground. Definitely not his playground, and I could tell he was very affected by this sight. Yeah. But I'm glad I went. Then we went to Lemon Creek, and he was really happy there. That's Lemon Creek itself, that photo there. It's actually a pretty little creek. Yeah, my dad would claim there were lots of fish in there. Could be a fisherman's story though. For a while there that afternoon when we went to Lemon Creek, he was actually looking under rocks to try and find old bait to see what would work on the fish in the river. So it kind of took him back to his childhood for a while, which was kind of neat, very neat actually. He started talking about childhood things he would do there, like picking up a bear cub, being chased by mama bear, and stuffing chimneys on purpose. And that sort of thing, some goofing around or seeing ghosts in the woods. He was very animated, and he seemed like he was having a little bit more fun there. And that's when I realized that Lemon Creek was his playground, and his fun was had there instead of at the camp. I miss my dad terribly, though.